Sometimes water going through the yellow bypass will be 2 or 3 times what's in the river channel. If there's a lot more water going in up the bypass, the sturgeon will take that route. They think it's a Sacramento River, where it's actually just, basically a floodplain where water's being diverted from the river. If there's plenty of flow going through the bypass, they're able to get over these concrete weir structures and back to the river at some point. But as those waters recede, those big-bodied fish are not able to get over the top of these weirs, and then they get stranded in these concrete basins. Typically, as soon as the weir starts overtopping, we'll come out, do our reconnaissance survey, and then next day mobilize some staff and resources and get out and do the fish rescue. Fish rescue process, what we typically do in these concrete weirs are just long concrete channels. We use what's called a beach seine. It's a net affixed to 2 poles, and we'll have staff walk along here slowly, keeping the net spanned across that channel, and that'll herd the fish. We start from the deep section and into the shallow water, and once we get these fish into an area that's, say, knee-deep or less, don't have much room to swim, and we can then safely handle those fish. They're pretty hardy fish. As long as they've got, a water supply, they can get oxygen to their gills, and they tend to kind of really chill out once we've got them in the net and corralled in shallow water. We'll take measurements on them, total length, a fork length, and also the girth. What we do is we plant acoustic transmitters in this fish, and we're able to track what they do after we release them in the river. So we will carry these fish, it's about 50 to 100 yards to the river, and then slide them out of this sling and make sure they're ready to swim off. We've got historical data that shows the majority of these fish that we rescue will continue on their spawning migration, then they'll head back down the river, and then they'll return in subsequent years to spawn. So it's a highly successful effort in getting these fish back to the river and ensuring that they survive to spawn not only this year but in future years.